We are live, everyone. Let me pause this. I'm listening to my buddies from the Long Island Comic Guys podcast, Don't Feed the Geeks. If you guys wouldn't mind going on that. And I'm going to try to set up our little YouTube video play here as I work on this cover with my new arm. Okay, oopsie daisy. Gotta tighten things up. Guys, I am new at this, so I hope I can make this work. Hope you guys can see it. I'll go on YouTube via this too. But in the meantime, let's listen to the Don't Feed the Geeks comic podcast by the Long Island Comic Guys. You can find it on YouTube. I'm sorry, on iTunes. I'll grab a link and I'll post that as well. Great guys, great friends of mine, fellow fans. And well, here's the cover. So I'm going to go to the Facebook right now, see if I can jump on that. In the meantime, let's listen to a little bit of the Don't Feed the Geeks, shall we?
Many of you are probably wondering, who the heck are the Long Island Comic Guys? Well, you're about to find out. First, our eldest member, Dungeon Master Bruce, DM for short.
I am Dungeon Master, your guide in the realm of Dungeons and Dragons.
Welcome, DM. Hey, everybody.
It's pretty funny.
Next, we have our youngest member, Matt, a.k.a. Toy Story.
To infinity and beyond.
The origin of that name will come later.
Let me see if I could share my thing on Facebook
Toy Story.
as well so people can know that. Let me pause this real quick.
You're supposed to follow the crowd.
Pause it. Okay, let me see if I can share this. Share. Oh, I can. Good. Okay. Sorry, guys, but here's the cover. I did a nice little layout for it, what I think is nice at least. Then I started working on it over the weekend to lay it out. I'm going to share this now on Facebook, so if anybody wants to join, let's see, I could share it. Share. Share as a public post. I'm going to share it now. I am now live. I'm not going to be talking much, but you guys will see how I draw and what I draw. So here's the cover. Did some nice layouts. Started it like this is a rough. And I blow it up on a book. on Xerox paper. And then I clean it up and I get the basics down. And then I'm going to go in, not with inks like the original SHI, the Way of the Warrior #2 cover, but actually with my Beryl Prismacolor. And tweeting it out. Comic Book Bob. Thank you, Comic Book Bob, for doing that. I'm going to try to share this on Facebook now. Let everyone know that I'm doing this. So if anybody wants to join, boom. Boys are home from school today on President's Day, everyone. And tally ho. Okay, let's set this up. I'm going to try to answer questions if they come about. If not, I would like to just listen to Long Island Comic Book Guys. And if you guys don't mind listening along with me, and you can watch me draw. If I will try to look. Let me fix this little arm, my little thing. And the good thing, I do like to draw like this. So basically, what I'm doing now is after I laid it out, after I blew it up and cleaned it up on my little light box here, see? Pow. I do it with a 2H pencil. I just use a standard Beryl Prismacolor. Where is it? I also have mechanical pencils, but I got too lazy to look for ones with a 2H, so I use just these. You got to keep sharpening it. But, as always, I have my trusty P51 Mustang pencil sharpener. And so let's sharpen that up, especially with the hair. And I'll go in, and you know the hair is pretty tedious, but it's beautiful. I've always been a sucker for long hair, and what's cool about comics is you know, again, who doesn't love blondes or or redheads, but dark hair. You know, well, obviously because Anna's half Japanese. Um, really shows up so nice in comic book pages and in print. Where's my little? So I'm just gonna draw and see if I can go on it on Facebook. And sorry, forgot. Leave page. Sorry, guys. I'll let you guys listen to the Long Island Comic Guys too. I'm gonna add the link in.
I can't do that. Aquaman is cool. Come on.
Fine.
Okay.
And I am Tess, TC for short, like Top Cat from the awesome 60s cartoon.
The most effectual Top Cat.
Now next is what we're about.
Oh, there goes my phone.
This basically share a lot of passion for everything in the realm of
Oh,
statues,
I am telling you, what the heck?
having some fun segments and recurring topics, discussing the good and the bad that comes with geek.
Gotta turn this off because I'm streaming live on both. All right. It's not, I don't want it muted. What did I do here? Jeez. Can you guys hear me on there? Is anyone on? Can you guys hear me? Sorry about this with the... Anybody? Okay. Oh boy, what a mess. Boy, do I suck. Totally suck at all this stuff. Okay, let's see. I hear you, my friend. All right, let's see if this works again. All righty then. Got my pencil, got my eraser. We'll start with this with the 2H. Go into all my little things. Play with. Go to all my little detail level with this pencil. Because this shirt, which is like a good winter shirt, and it's supposed to stop this. I would assume it would stop this smearing as well. It actually kind of does. With our katana, we're gonna hold that there like that. That should stay. I'll have to shore that up somehow. Let's do that. Feels really cool to revisit to revisit my comics love here. I've had a lot of great opportunities in the industry, a lot of wonderful collaborations with friends who become like family, professionals and the like. This really is an amazing community of creators who at times are very competitive. Well, there are some guys that are really... We all have to remember this is a business. And special edition that we want to announce this month. We're redoing our... And once we get that fixed and done, we will launch it. We'll have it colored this week and get it out there. And I'm trying to remember where I came from, where these ideas, like, I guess all the research I did is what me to this costume design, because I'm trying to remember where the heck I got this particular type of armor here, this collar armor. And it's completely beyond me because I don't know where I got it from. I'll have to revisit all those books because I have so many books on Japanese armor and the like. And I have to... I'm going to post a link to the Long Island... Hey, here, just got it. Guys out there, it's going to be difficult for me to actually try to stream the Long Island Comic Guys podcast. Oh, there it goes again. That is not going to work. We're going to have to put this... We're going to have to move this. So let me move this. Hang on. If you guys don't mind, we're going to take this off of here And I'm going to move it until I can really shore that up. So let's put this here. Take that bad boy off there. Let's see if I can stick it here. Just to know that you are near. Alright. Okay. I guess I can hold it up. Yes. See how I could do this. Hey, Matthew! Matthew, come here for a second. I need your help. I'm desperate. Yeah. If I do that, I could put it on this lamp. There we go. So I'm going to put it on my lamp, and we'll use that as a thing. I'm going to put you and let you guys look at my airplanes right now. Hang on. There's my studio. There's me. Hello. Here you go. Take a look at that. Give me 1 second here. My P-51 Mustang and this bad boy together. All right. Sorry for the technical difficulties, but it happens. I never said I was good at this sort of thing. I hope you guys don't mind. If you guys leave, I completely understand. Let's see if I can rig this up really quick. I have often walked down the street before. Oh, that'll work. I think that'll work just lovely. And it should stay. Because the arm that I bought is for a webcam, and I have to get a webcam. Orientation is blocked. I don't know what that means. All right, so let's do. It will be. And that always sucks. Do this. Let's put that here, and let's see if it works. Gotta tighten everything up. All right. Can you see? All righty then. I think that'll work, right? All right. Back to business. So, whenever I do my covers or any of my pages or anything like that, I like to do in 2H. I've been moving, and it depends what project. I just did a project for DC where I did ink it, this story. But actually parts of it, since there was flashbacks, were done with the barrel, and it just gives a really nice soft touch to it, especially with today's computer coloring, that it almost gives a watercolor effect. And I also see it as that's for, that makes my art a little different than others, because there's just so many wonderful inkers out there. And I think I'm not that I suck at it. I think I'm just a little bit too lazy, actually, to really ink. I get very impatient. Such great inkers. You got Tom Palmer. You have Mark McKenna. You have Alex Saviak. My God, there's so many great inkers out there. Matt Banning. I had the pleasure and the privilege to work with Michael Baer on several issues of SHI. I think he came in on this issue right here. I think he did some of issue number 2. This will be issue number 1, of course. Let's see if you can see it. Can you guys see this well enough? No, it's all good? Okay, thank you, Black Wolf. Thanks a million. And let's see, is that kind of, it's really distorting it. I can see how it's distorting it. Let me see if I can turn. There we go. That might work better. Okay, I'm gonna get the art, because the art always falls. Actually, let's do this. Let's lower this artboard here. I was watching Walking Dead. Didn't really watch all of last season. Is that a little better? And no. Son of a bitch. My phone is heavy. That's why I do need a webcam, because my phone is heavy. If I could shore that arm up, but that looks okay. Again, guys, I don't know. Is it real choppy and real lagging? It looks like it is. Again, I really think I'm just in a dead spot in my studio. When I get a chance, I'm going to go out and purchase an extender, and hopefully that'll work. Or we'll just call the cable company to come and see just what we have to do to really boost the signal here, because I am completely on the opposite end of the house and 3 floors up from our modem and the router. And hence that's why this is happening here, and I really apologize for that. Hopefully this will be the last video that it is crappy like this. But that's basically it. And again, doing the classic SHI. We're going to do some changes for the new SHI. For the Return of the Warrior storyline. But in the meantime, this is an anniversary issue. Hard to believe, it's 25 years. I remember my anxiety 25 years ago, and then all the trouble that we had. Because, as if any of you know, I had partners that we used their office and everything like that to push the the comic. They were my partners. We were in Manhattan, New York, and when it came down to pay for the advertising, I mean, these guys wanted everything for nothing, and I was pretty much a glorified receptionist for them. So I'm trying to draw my comic, and I'm answering their phones. It was a terrible, terrible thing. I lived in Queens, and I would take the subway into Manhattan every day, and I would work, in their office while I was trying to draw this book or write this book. And a good thing is I met Peter Gutierrez there, who co-scripted the story with me, and he went on to bigger and better things. Of course, he wrote the wonderful our Eisner-nominated Qui-Gon anthology comic, and that was a beautiful. I mean, we had such a great cast of characters in that one. And he also edited Shi Senryaku, which next year is the 25th anniversary of both. And the cool thing is, I know for sure we'll be doing a Shi Senryaku 25th anniversary edition. And I want that to be a real artist and writer edition, as it was scribed by Gary Cohn, who created Blue Devil and Amethyst alongside Dan Mishkin. And a real interesting story is, when Wonder Woman 1984, the film that's coming out, Dan was writing Wonder Woman. I think he was the only one writing Wonder Woman in 1984. So I wonder if it's a Dan Mishkin story. They'll give him a thank you. That's a little tidbit of history. Okay, so there's our costume again. Brings back memories doing this costume. Again, guys, forgive me. I always turn my pages around if I'm confusing. See if anyone's asking, but we are patient for people good. Thank you, Aaron. I appreciate that. I'm also going to share a link if you guys don't mind. Share the link for the Don't Feed the Geeks podcast from the Long Island Comic Guys. I'm a huge fan of theirs. But also, if you don't mind, I'm going to share a link for our Zombie Sama book. We have 11 days left. If you guys wouldn't mind sharing it, or if you have, if you haven't pledged, check it out. If you like it, please do. If you don't like it, please pledge. But we're now over $26,000. Woohoo! With 11 days left, we have 351 backers. And we are now trying to get to 27.5 to get our very first, to unlock our second stretch goal, which is really cool. Which is a linen woodblock trading card, Zombie Sama, of my Hoku Zombie homage cover. So that's it. And hair, like I said, hair takes a long time. So I hope you guys aren't too by this. And let's draw. I'll check periodically if anyone has any questions. Oh, excuse me. Oh, Jiminy crickets. It's the it's warm out. I don't know if something's growing or what. You know, when things start to grow again, it's a warm day. My allergies really kick in. Winter's a tough time for me because I know that I'm also allergic to mold, dust. Actually, dust mites. It's actually the dust mites, fecal matter, which is when people are allergic to dust mites or dust. That's what they're allergic to. Little bastards. Pooping all over the place or wherever they do. Well, I guess when you gotta go, right? So, wish I could be in and have some nice music to play. That would be nice, huh? To do that? That would be a lot of fun. If I can get some music. Unless you guys want to listen to the Long Island Comic Guys with me. Let's see if I can do that. As long as I don't talk. Thank you, Victoria. Thank you, Kissel. Good to see you, Crystal Van Diver. Good to see all you guys. I think I'll go with the Long Island Comic Guys and see if we can make that work. Great guys. Really great guys. Fun guys. Let's see if we can view in iTunes, and let's see if I can open that up and we can listen to them talk about comics. And let's go to episode 2. Let's see what episode 2 is about. Don't feed the geeks. Okay. Oh, here we go.
Hello and welcome to Don't Feed the Geeks, presented by the Long Island Comic Guys. I'm one of your hosts, Matt, aka Toy Story, and I'm here with my co-hosts TC, Jim, and our Dungeon Master Bruce. Say hi, guys.
What's up, Matt? Evening.
So this is episode today. We'll be talking about
We're gonna do movies tonight, right? What's it called? Pages to the
from the
movies?
page to the screen.
There we go.
Page to the screen. Wonderful.
Okay with that. Yeah.
I love listening to podcasts.
We'll go for it.
If anyone has any suggestions for podcasts, please post it here because it is really a great thing to draw to.
So first, it's a couple days after Christmas, so I thought we could talk about a little bit about any geek gifts that we got for the holidays.
Who's gonna start off? TC.
Jim, you started talking first.
Oh, okay. What did I get? Well, what didn't you get? I didn't get that much. I know we posted all over the place on Facebook and Instagram, but I did get a beautiful sketch from one of our good friends, Billy Tucci.
Oh yeah, I did do that.
You guys can check it out on our social media pages. But it's basically a P-51 Mustang. I do fly sometimes, but it's one of my dreams to
One of your many hobbies.
one of many hobbies. To fly P-51, so it's always been my favorite aircraft. But it's basically it's a World War II scene with some B-25s and some and a couple of P-51s, and the main P-51 has a pinup girl on the side of it of Supergirl. So it looks like it got hit by some gunfire, and then it's got the actual Supergirl underneath it, lifting up out of the sky. It's a pretty big piece. It's like 22 by 17, so it's
It's a very nice piece. It looked like he put two pages together.
And what's nice was he put into it. So
Can you put your name on the plane?
my name is on the plane. One of the guys is on the side of one of the other aircrafts. The gift was originally supposed to be my anniversary present back in November, but it didn't get done in time. So Tucci put on one of the tail numbers. It was our anniversary date of 11/14. So that's on one of the DC paper. So it's so it was kind of a cool little special. Not really, they got their normal Legos and.
Oh, by the way, I have toys for them here.
Yeah.
Christmas presents.
All right.
If you want them. We can
It's like they need more toys. But thank you.
They might not be toys.
Oh, well, thank you.
They could be clothes, but they're toys.
TC, what'd you end up getting?
Nothing super big like that. I mean, the biggest thing that I got is probably one of the gifts I bought for myself, which was that Amanda Connor Power Girl, which I did social media accounts.
Yes, you did.
Pretty cool. I got an email, so there, anyone who's into any stuff from Jimmy Palmiotti and Amanda Connor, and I think anyone else in their group, another guy who's associated with, it's called Peeper Films. So I followed them, and it came up that they were selling some Amanda Connor original art. I was like, well, let me see what it is. Like, it's probably going to be super expensive. I mean, a lot of it was, like, the covers, obviously. You know, Amanda's a huge artist, so those were, like, in a couple thousands of dollars. But some of the pages were reasonable, but then I saw the power...
All right. Getting a little reverb or something here. Sorry, guys. Turn that off. I don't know what happened with it. Okay. Oh. What the hell is that sound? Yeah, that's all off now. So I'm now going to go back. You guys are live with me. I had some kind of sound. I don't know what that. We'll open that up and we'll listen. I'll keep checking. I'm going to draw this hair. I love drawing hair. It's tedious. If it's boring for you guys, I apologize. But, you know, my character's got a lot of beautiful hair. Black hair. And her daughter Hotaru, which will be in SHI Return of the War, and his 16-year-old daughter will be a little metalhead, and she'll have some pink streaks in her hair. Just to add some cool color to that. And I guess I got this from watching a lot of Breck commercials, or all those commercials that were always on. I was able to watch it. I always thought they were really cool. Use the ruler, of course. When they pull their hair back, and you know, it just falls and flows. All right. To all my friends out there, to the Long Island comic geeks, I did post a thing. For some reason, though, I am getting a reverb, and I apologize for that. I'm going to see if I could work that out. Hopefully I'll see you all next weekend, or some of you guys, and we can all maybe go out afterwards. Doing a store signing in New York, on Long Island, at All Star Comics in Lindenhurst. I will post that link this week, and I will be coming back and doing some more videos. As it is right now, it looks like I will be heading out to the Dynamite Comic offices on Wednesday, but we're supposed to get a snowstorm, and they are pretty far away from me. The Philadelphia is about 3 hours away from me, or maybe 3.5 hours. But I'll be in Pennsylvania at my in-laws' place, so hopefully I could take a ride and meet them, and we could start talking. We have lots of plans. As you know, they will have their Vampirella 50th anniversary is this year, and Dynamite's for that. And I have, fortunately, and for me, and the honor of being asked to partake in that. So hopefully I can have a special edition, a cover or something for their 50th anniversary edition. Again, guys, if this is bothering you a little bit, I apologize. Is this a cover pick? Yes, Joe. I'm sorry. This is the cover to the SHI Way of the Warrior 25th anniversary edition that we will be selling exclusively in the next few weeks, maybe even as early as next week, on my website. We're only going to produce 250. We're going to stick with the whole 25 theme. And this is for Comic-Cons or anything like that. We're going to be selling. We're only going to make 250 of them, plus another probably 25 metal covers. We're planning a few special editions, and also we're going to be doing our Zombie Sama Kickstarter ends in the next 11 days. Then we'll be doing some more crowdfunded books, one of which the next one will be SHI Return of the Warrior, my all-new SHI story, which will take place 25 years after the Way of the Warrior storyline. And Anna will now be a single mother raising her teenage daughter Hotaru. And her warrior days are far behind her. And then it all comes back, bringing back some original characters, namely Masahiro Arashi will be back. And it's now that Anna, who's forgotten the way of the warrior, who's not lived the way of the warrior, must now be return of the warrior, not only to save herself, but now her daughter as well, who has no idea of her mother's past, who is so high with a shadow war that has existed since the 1500s. And it's a real mother-daughter type of a story with a lot of action. It's a ghost story, and it's kind of cool to have a character grow up, because Anna will now older. She'll move from the Way of the Warrior storyline, and she's going to she's now the curator of the Brooklyn Botanic Garden, and I'll tell you what the story is. Masahiro Arashi, the man who is the antagonist of the original Way of the Warrior storyline, is now dying of dementia. He's been in an institution since the events of the Way of the Warrior, because he actually took responsibility for all of Anna's crimes, thus giving her a second chance at life. But now that through this dementia that is killing him, he has escaped from the institution and he's coming after her. And it's the story of Anna and Arashi's doctor, Dr. X, we call it right now, because I think a really cool thing in the comics will be to name him after someone who pledges on the Kickstarter will be the name of Dr. X, our new hero. And it's how the two of them, it's a thriller. It's a mystery. So you throw a little bit of Sherlock in, meets Seven Samurai with a little bit of Kaidan, that great Kobayashi film of 1866, the ghost story, and there you have Return of the Warrior. And it's about them trying to find Arashi, and it's a race against time against him. And I'm having a lot of fun writing it, and we'll have a lot of big news on that in the next few weeks. We will also be offering through crowdfunding will be the SHI, and it'll be about 600 pages, I think, this book, or 500 pages. SHI, The Way of the Warrior, or SHI, the Omnibus book. It'll have the Way of the Warrior storyline. It'll have the Tomoe storyline. We'll even have the recap with SHI Rikishi in there that was illustrated by J.G. Jones. The Tomo book, which was written by Dan Mishkin, again, who I was talking about before, and illustrated by Amanda Connor and Jimmy Palmiotti, which laces in and out of the SHI, the Way of the Warrior storyline. So we'll be offering that, a full color omnibus edition, and that will be that funny thing as well. Basically, we are going to be doing 4 SHI crowdfunding books. We'll have The Way of the Warrior. We'll have we'll have the Way of the Warrior, the SHI Omnibus book, and Return of the Warrior issue parts 1 and parts 2, and our current Zombie Sama, which is by myself and John Brolia. And we have hit our stretch goal, our first stretch goal of $25,000. We are now over 20, and on our way to 27.5, where we'll unlock our next stretch goal. And that will be our next stretch goal will be a golden linen Zombie Sama woodblock trading card, woodblock printed trading card. So I think that's something that's really cool. It'll be on my, which is my Hoku Zombie cover. And that's that. So I'm going to go with this, guys. If you guys are watching there. I'm gonna go with this hard pen with the hard pencil first. Once I'm done with the hard pencil, I will be going with with the with my Barrel Prismacolor pencil, which is really cool. It's just this black, soft pencil that just melts on the page. Here's one of them. Here's a small one. And I think I'll end the video with me, the death of a pencil. We'll kill the pencil. We'll finish it. Matt V. Hey, Billy Tucci, let's meet for a beer when you're in the Philly and me. Outstanding, Matt. I will be in town for Friday night and Saturday for the the Greater Philadelphia Comic Con, which will be in April. I believe it's April 13th, 12th and 13th. It's Friday and Saturday. I will be there Friday and Saturday only. And I'm just excited to be a guest back there again. I did it 2 years ago. We had the best time there, and I'm so happy they asked me back. Last year I couldn't make it because of a scheduling conflict, but I will be there this year, but only on Friday and Saturday. So if you could meet, let's all hang out, hit a bar, get a beer. That'd be nice. It's always good to do that after a show. And I know there's some nice breweries right near there, and get a good burger or steak or something like that, and we can do that. Okay, so let's do that. It was good to throw a little wispy hair. So this is the cover that everybody chose. I had two covers going, two cover ideas, and you guys chose this one. And I thank you for that. I had this one, which was the first one. I know the lips are red and it might be distracting. Then I updated it to another version, but you guys still went with this one. And she did look a little too Alicia Silverstone-esque, but we fixed it. I dipped the head a little bit more, give it a little more dramatic look. And if you guys remember, it was taken off of this cover, which I just want to do it since it's an homage issue. I figured what's the best thing to do than an issue number 2 homage, because I just wasn't comfortable with the cover. I remember when it came out, SHI number 1 was such a big success, and I was traveling so much, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, I got to draw this book. I was really pushing it. I was hitting comic book shops. Conventions started to invite me, and I was really pushing the book, because you do have to be a salesman as well when you're a self-publisher. And this is before really the internet. I mean, there was CompuServe, and there really wasn't much of an internet presence. So it was hard to push it. You had to really push it, like a gumshoe. You had to do it, by foot, on being a, day-to-day conventions, store signings, and just, pushing it. So I'm drawing this comic, and I had a cover in mind, but it's the cover that actually became the SHI, The Way of the Warrior number 12 cover, and that was the first SHI cover I ever drew, and it was just too similar to the Way of the Warrior story cover. So I end up having at the last minute to do this cover for the number 2 cover, and again I wasn't really happy with it. Not that I wasn't happy with it. I mean, it did great. People seem to really like it. But I always felt I could do better. So now so what I'm going to do with this, after I draw this, I'm going to spray it. I'll spray it with workable fixative more, and then what we'll do with the workable fixative on it is that we will go in and start to use the barrel pencil. So I'm getting closer to the hair, and the reason why I do that is because it's going to give real nice gradation to the hair. Once I add the black pencil, it's hard, regular, ordinary graphite. Oops, whoop. I drop stuff every day, 50 times a day when I'm drawing. So let's do that. Guys, if you haven't subscribed, and if you can, please do. Trying to build the brand, the whole YouTube-esque brand. Because I hear that's but it's really cool if I can go on to YouTube and go on every day and make a little video every day and talk about all kinds of cool things, what's in the news, what's going on in pop culture, which is always fun. Those of you who know me know I'm a gun guy, so might show me hunting. I was zombie hunting zombie deer. It's a lot of fun. deer, though. I'll go out next weekend, and hopefully we get a zombie deer next weekend. Because we've got to save the world from the zombie deer. Yeah, see, I start to smudge things. What's good about the fixative is that that'll stop that. And I'll take you outside, and I'll show you how I do the spray fixative. But let's do this. Need a new eraser, actually. But they don't bother me. Started watching Mad Men again on Netflix. Revisiting that glorious, glorious show. Season 1. Again, if you guys have any podcasts that you listen to that you think might interest me, or just something that interests you and you want other people out there to follow, if you think it's worth following, please post it and let us know. Okay, so let's do that. I'm gonna have to work some knuckles here, I'm sure. I was able to get the mouth down. I was happy with that. That's what I struggled with, because I did the mouth like this the first time, and I just love the idea of it a little open. This looks a little too much, but I wanted to have a subtle thing, like add some action to it, and I think I got it. I think it's nice. It's not an easy angle to draw. It's one of the most is this angle right here with the head down and cocked like that, but then the mouth too, and to do it more open. But I think it is so expressive. I think it's really expressive. It shows some really cool thing. Really cool thing. It's a nice way to I guess make your art come alive a little bit. That no, I didn't watch that. No dead band. No, there was no dead. Okay. All right. If anyone has any questions, ask me. I'm looking now. I can look back at my screen here. I have my iBook here next to it, so I can go on that and do that. Let's do this here. Who does your woodblock carving? It's not a woodblock carving. It's actually going to be it's a trading card, which we're calling our woodblock trading card, because we're trying to actually get one. We're trying to get some brown wood to slip them in there, for free. So, but it's on a golden linen stock. Really cool, beautiful iridescent golden linen paper stock, which you learn these things about paper and all, and it makes sense, to have a linen paper, but wow. All right, so I'm starting to smudge this, so I'm going to run a spray this. Give me 2 seconds, and you can look at this. 2 seconds just to spray it. Okay, you see that? There's a cover. I'll be right back. Thanks for joining me, guys, on this. Stories told on the street where you live. Okay, give me 1 second, guys. Oh, what a beautiful day. I have a balcony outside my studio where I go, and I was able to spray it with this workable fixative. Just get it at any art store. I think I got it at Michael's, and it really helps with the process of stopping the smearing, or as we used to say, the schmearing. I think that hair's got to be a little bit. It's a little flat up there. Let me see. Yeah, okay. pencil. There we go. Is that it? 2B. No? 2B or not 2B? That is a 2B. We do not want a 2B. We want a 2H for hard. Let's see what this one is. Yeah, that's an HB, looks like. The logo will go here. Okay, when it's all said and done. Let's get my little eraser. Where's my pencil and my eraser? Did I bring it by my... There it is. My pencil. That is my 2H, indeed. There we go. And those you know me also, I like eyebrows. Brooke Shields, Julie Adams type eyebrows I always did. My handy dandy Mustang. Just sharpen my pencil if you can hear it. Okay, what's up, Niall Scala? How are you, my friend? Good to see you. Thank you for coming aboard and joining us today on this President's Day. So we can talk about the greatest presidents. Who are the greatest presidents and who are our worst presidents? Start with the worst presidents. I think it's pretty easy to say amongst our worst presidents, you could say Buchanan, probably Andrew Johnson, throwing Jimmy Carter as well. As our best presidents, man, I'd have to say George Washington's number one. Lincoln, obviously. Let's see, Washington, Lincoln, Theodore Roosevelt, absolutely. Whether you, when you talk of greatest presidents, you got to give FDR his due just because of his 12-year run. It is debatable that they say he dragged us out of a depression, but kind of wonder if a lot of his policies actually made that depression last even longer. Yeah, so who's your favorite presidents, guys? Anyone? Bueller? Anyone? Because I do wood carving and make anime prints from them. Oh, wow. Hey, Black Wolf, send me a message. I'll put my email here. Send me a message. That might be kind of fun if we could do something. Maybe, and someone gets one special card or something. I don't know how detailed it is. And I'll put my email here. There you go. Black Wolf, JFK as one of the best or the worst. I mean, I don't know how he could be one of the best presidents. He was kind of like a blah. I mean, the Cuban Missile Crisis was averted, well done, but he did, fuck things up with the Bay of Pigs, really screw that one up, and lost his, got a little weak in the knees with that one. I'd have to say Ronald Reagan is also one of our greatest presidents. As a Reagan kid of the 80s. And I remember my father had passed away, but I remember my mother, my sister, and my brother-in-law. My sister and my brother-in-law had just turned in 1980, so I guess they had just turned, they're probably 20. They were married already. So they probably, she was 18 and 76. So they're about 22 years old. And that was the first president they ever voted for. And I just remember them watching in the living room the returns and seeing the optimism from my mother, who owned her own business and really suffered in those years, of Carter and stuff, and the late 70s. It was terrible, the gas crisis. And I grew up in the garment industry. My mother had a clothing manufacturing shop. And I remember just, the unions came in and literally destroyed clothing manufacturing in the United. Just the demand, they wanted to unionize, and it really was the unions coming in. And I remember seeing this, and everyone's all for good wages and fair wages for people, but it was like the unions, and it wasn't the workers themselves, it was the bosses and all. And I'm sure there was a organized crime element to it or something like that too. But they would basically like, you don't unionize, and they would come in and shut my mother's shop down and stuff. And it was just a small shop that she had a handful of workers working there with her, mostly a lot of women who I grew up with. And when they came in, and she would have to shut the shop down, and they basically had the notion that if you don't unionize, they'd rather the garment workers in the United States be unionized, and if they weren't, then they would kill the whole industry. And it was all about money. I remember that from seeing my mother, and it was like a strong-armed thuggery. It was really bad, scary. Things were happening to my mother's shop, break-ins, in a clothing manufacturing shop, and people, destroying equipment. I guess, she never had any money in there. I remember she had a Coke machine. The Cokes were like 25 cents each or something. A soda machine. But aside from that, there wasn't anything there. So it was basically vandalism a lot. And it always seemed to happen around the same time. And eventually she lost the shop, and then they got what they wanted. And they killed the garment industry in the United States, manufacturing, and then everything went over to Vietnam and to China. So, okay, let's see. That's coming out pretty good. What is that? Why do I have two noses there? Two lines in the nose. Am I still? My father voted for JFK and Reagan. Yeah, a lot of people did, right? I think my mother did too. I'm sure my mother was a big, especially the whole personification of Kennedy. The whole romantic thing of Camelot and this young guy. And interesting that when things are good, people really go for a change. Well, let's try it. And I think Nixon was a good president too. It's amazing how he just fell to his own demons there and his own insecurities. Did McGovern win? Did Nixon win like 40 some odd states or something crazy like that? Guys, wow, this is, thank you, Niall. The unions did kill the steel industry too. Guys, I'm looking on my computer and I'm not really streaming well. Is this streaming well, or is it just where I am on my computer? On my laptop? Is there proof of that? Not, Matt, you say JFK wanted to pull troops out of Vietnam. Isn't he the one who actually put the troops in Vietnam? I don't know about that one. I think he was, after the Bay of Pigs, and you got to remember JFK was an ardent anti-communist. A guy like JFK would never get elected today as a Democrat. That he was, a pro-life, anti-communist, big military guy. I don't think he would have had a chance today in today's, in the party of AOC, who the genius that she is there. She really did a job with opening her mouth, and even our governor is pissed off at her, and that says a lot because I can't stand him in regards to the whole Amazon debacle. Okay, so if this goes like that, let's see that. I have to get rid of these things here. Smudging away, Billy. You're roboting a little, but it's not terrible. Thank you, Comic Book Bob. Comic Book Bob, where are you from? And after this, we'll go in. We'll end this one, and we'll go back. We'll take a little break, and then we'll start again. Unless I just go right into it, and we'll start doing with the black, with the Barrel Prismacolor, and you'll see how cool that looks. I am working on commissions as well. I did another commission this weekend. One commission a week. I think I owe about 7 commissions. And thank you guys so much. This weekend, I've got to do another 2 covers. My friend Jeffrey Vaughn is launching his Vampire PA once again as a Kickstarter. And I'm doing a variant cover for that. Hopefully we can get Asha, if anybody saw Asha Kishner. Jeff Vaughn expressed interest in seeing if Asha would do a cover for him. Asha was on with me on my Creative Party Live. The Creative Party is just basically what it is. It's an online little party interview thing. I'll be doing those weekly. And hopefully I can get some of my best buddies to come on, plug their stuff, talk about their art process, talk about the things they want to talk about, and guys and gals in the comics industry. And we'll start moving from, people to people, and give you guys an insight into the making of comics. Also do entertainment. I'd like to do retailers and fans. We could talk about, things that I like. Talk about movies and stuff like that. Cleveland. All right. Jeff Vaughn, who does Vampire PA, is a big fan of Cleveland, by the way. And he actually said, when someone says, where does the time go? And I think he said Cleveland. The time goes to Cleveland. So there you go. Are you ready for baseball out there with your Indians? I'm so not ready for baseball at all. Coming too quick. Matt V. He was killed because the PTB felt that on communism. We had already begun withdrawing advisors. Was going to pull out completely after his re-election. Interesting. I was not aware of that. So why did Johnson keep him in? Because Johnson said Johnson was a real starch anti-communist. Well, I think that Lee Harvey Oswald, we did about 4 years ago for the 25th anniversary. 50th anniversary. No, it's more than that now. It's the 50th anniversary of his death. So there's 18. No, it was it was like 1963. 2013. Okay, so in 2013, myself, Michael Nearing, Kevin Oakley, Michael Saul, and Ethan Van Sciver all did the Kennedy tour. We spent a good 4 days down there in Dallas, and we basically followed the footsteps of Lee Harvey Oswald and the whole thing. Went to all the places that they were, where Oswald stayed, where Marlena, his wife, stayed. Went to the Texas School Book Depository building. Actually looked out the window that Oswald actually fired and shot. And I got to tell you, if there's anyone that killed John F. Kennedy, I think it was just Lee Harvey Oswald. I don't believe, and I am a Kennedy conspiracy nut. I have books on it, but there's no way that Lee Harvey Oswald would have missed those shots, because being in that elevated position, he was so close. I think the final kill shot, Kennedy had to be with a scoped rifle. He could not have been any farther than 60 yards away. The first shot he missed, I think, was because he was too close, actually. Kennedy was probably, he just made the turn, and he probably was about, maybe 25 yards, maybe 30 yards away, and the second shot was probably the one that hit him. I think the car was probably 50 yards away. And then for the final kill shot, he had to be no more than 60 yards away. And from an elevated position like that, I don't see how anyone could have missed, especially someone who's a trained marksman, a Marine. And I think that it was all Oswald hated Kennedy. I think Oswald was a communist, and Oswald wanted to be famous. That's my 2 cents. That's from my research. And I'll stick to it. So I'm looking at, you guys can't really see, but I'm looking at the old cover here, and while I'm drawing the new cover. And I'm using that as a guide. And this one I have the hair covering the face. I don't think I have to do that with this one. Do you guys like this? Is this coming out okay? I mean, people voted for it. So, did you serve in the military? Yes, Black Wolf, I was in the Army and the National Guard. Back in 1990. I went in 1990. And got out right when she came out. And then I went back in again in the Rhode Island Guard in 1998, I think it was. And I did a little stint with that. If she hadn't taken off and I was making a career doing this, I totally would have went active duty. It just wasn't in the cards for me. Okay, let's see that. All right, I think it's pretty cool, right, guys? We looking all right, combat. Oswald's gun was an 1800. No, it wasn't an 1800s Italian rifle. May not be able to duplicate it by expert marksman. No, Matt. It actually, and I have a copy. I have one of those rifles. It is an M19. It is a A Mannlicher Carcano. It was a model model 1924/38, which means it was upgraded in 1938 specifications. Most sniper rifles that are bolt action rifles do have the 1800s. They were developed in the 1800s before. Now we have more technologically advanced rifle. Man, even into the 90s and into the early 2000s, Marines were still using that Remington and Army soldiers, aside from the M21, which is an M14 really, they were using bolt action Winchesters, Winchester hunting rifles in 30-06 or in 300 Win Mag, and even into the 1990s. This bolt action is a very guys. I should have put on do not disturb, but. And I have one of those rifles. It was given to me many years ago. What was it given to me? I bought it many years ago. Okay, so let's do this. We're doing the little thing now. Again, guys, this is kind of not really rough. I've really done the basics of it, and now I'm literally going to ink this with my marker. So if you guys give me 1891. No, it was in 1824 Kennedy rifle, Matt. Oswald rifle. Yeah, there it is. Anno model 8. Yeah, okay, you're right. Model 1890. Sorry, my fault. I have the model 1891/24. His is the 38. You're correct. You are correct, sir. And mine shoots tacks. It's a tack driver. So, again, you look at the snipers of World War II, you look at the snipers up to Vietnam, they used, World War I and, before era technology. When you have a good rifled barrel, all those, those Germans, those German snipers using that model 1898 carbine, carabiner, the Mauser. And even our U.S. soldiers were using the 30-06 Springfield in World War II, which was basically a, it's a 30-06, but developed in 1906. So around that time, those rifles were good, man. Those rifles are elevated to shoot out to 1,000 yards. Crazy. But a bolt action, you can do a lot of damage, as obviously we saw in Dallas in 1963. So here's our little. I'm working on. So we'll go to that. I wish I had some music so we could just listen to music and draw it together. Maybe that's something we can all do. We can all start drawing together. Some detail here. I'm going to go and spray this again, guys. So give me a second. Oh, great. And I would love to take you with me, but I think if I unloosen this, and maybe I could do that. If you guys don't mind coming with me, hang on. There we go. So there you go. That's how we're looking right now. So you guys come with me. There's the studio. It's a mess. I got a big pile of garbage there that I got to fix. And we'll head out here. All right, to the balcony. Let's see if I can. All right, sorry guys for losing connection. Here we are. Go way to the studio. Some trouble of a serious nature cover. Oh, my book fell down. Okay, so there's our cover. Let's start to ink it or make it black. Okay, what was that? Cancel. What happened here? Did I turn it off? I think my little handle is kind of on the. And when I add the black and darkness, you'll really see she come out. It'll do it. But here it is. What are all these things? I see a lot of stuff. If he really had contact in Russia, he could have gotten a Dragunov greatest sniper rifle. Okay, yeah, those Russian snipers sure did a lot of damage with that, didn't they? Guys, how is my framing? Am I okay? Can you see the image? Let me see. All right, so let's start to play with this. Let's get a pencil. We're going to start with a fresh pencil. It's my little box of pencils. Okay, here we go. Here's my Barrel Prismacolor pencil. We're going to sharpen that bad boy up. Our trusty P51 Mustang pencil sharpener. Let me get this secure first. Bring this up a little bit. Okay, let me sharpen that up. Now, of course, comes the most nerve-wracking part of it, the eyes, where I always start. And guys, help me out here. Could use some good vibes, some prayers that I don't mess this up, because a lot of times these break. They're so soft that they actually do break. I'm gonna do her eyelashes, but you can see the dark coming out. You see how dark it is. I already have to sharpen it again. That's how quickly the pencil bleeds. So I wanted to go with the face shot, again, to keep in the spirit of those early issues of SHI. If you guys remember, I did all headshots of it, which you really, I never really remember seeing in comics. I'm like, how cool would that be if I just make it almost like a magazine cover or something, or or like a really cool movie poster. And apparently you guys liked it too. And I think that's what helped, make her stand out a little bit on the stands. Again, piece of paper. No, I use this painter's tape, which I use drafting tape. I've always bought drafting tape until about a year ago, when I really started getting into the painter's tape, because it's so much more forgiving than drafting tape. Drafting tape can get real sticky if it's sitting for a while, or if it gets hot or something like that. So they don't bother me. See if there's any questions. Now you're using a colored pencil for this? Yes, this is a colored pencil, Niall. It's black. I have boxes and boxes of these. It's a black colored pencil that is really it's completely black, and this is in lieu of inking. Again, as I had said earlier, it adds a really nice watercolor feel to it, to the art. And if you could see it, things really start to start popping. Let me erase that. Now, what's cool about the workable fixative as well is that you can erase. It really helps eliminate the smudging, but since it's the workable fixative and not the final fixative, you can also play with to erase any smudges, any things you don't like. And it's something I highly recommend to anyone who's... Now, you can't really ink over that once it's done. Well, let's do this and give it a little... Sometimes I do go in with the eyes, though, with a black. But once you scan it in, you could then digitally ink it, which I like to do. And when you do that, that really, you play with the contrast and all, and really makes it pop. A lot of things people ask me too is I have Anna has her eyes are green, and why her eyes are green. And to be perfectly honest with you, I wanted to add more color. I wanted to add more color to it. Her daughter Hotaru, I believe, will have like hazel eyes, brown eyes. A little bit of that. Again, you really got to keep up with the sharpening of this. Okay. Yes, Comic Book Bob, I am going to ink the whole thing with this pencil. I've been doing that a lot. A lot of my covers are inked with that. Again, I do it purely to give it a nice watercolor effect. And I think it works. And I think it also makes it, more of a my style. It's something I think I've never seen anyone else do it. So I think it gives me a little bit of a makes it a little more personal for me, because I haven't seen anyone else do that yet, aside from myself. So let's do that with that eye. Now we'll go to this one. Sharpen it again. Some tape. It's coming through, guys. Can you guys see this? Oh, close up on it. All right. Well, it's coming out okay. Try it. If you get the Barrel Prismacolors, you could. I actually get them from the company. That I had done it once a long time ago at a convention. I loved it, and I asked them to send me a whole bunch, and they did. So I don't know if you could buy them, but it's something. It's nice. It's something cool. It's different. Do her mouth there, and it just like I said, you gotta see once it's colored, or once it's actually you scanned in and you play with the levels a little bit, which is really the extent of my knowledge of Photoshop. It just gives it a really nice pop, and it looks like inks. I know, like Jay Lee. I think Jay Lee digital inks his work. I know a lot of guys do, as does Asha Kishna, who's doing one of the variant covers for us for Zombie Sama. She digitally inks her pencils too. And it's just it keeps the original liveliness I think of the pencils, because a lot of times they can get stiff if you ink it and you get a little too technical. But there you go. Our teeth. The idea of giving her imperfect teeth, because who's got perfect teeth? Not even Willy Wonka had perfect teeth, did he? Remember his dad wanted him to have the most perfect teeth, and the dentist? Of course, we'll give it the really nice red lips with the white geisha makeup. Still doing the cherry blossoms. Oh, I forgot about the cherry blossoms. Maybe not. I completely forgot about it. The cherry blossoms. If I can, maybe I could throw them behind her. Oh, that would be so. I mean, I can throw them in here. I just don't want to. Yeah, I think I could fit a cherry blossom in. Let's draw a cherry blossom. There we go. Thank you for that. There's a cherry blossom. We'll start drawing. We'll start adding some cherry blossoms in here for sure. And we'll just have to go over with some white paint. Thank you for the reminder. Let's see, who asked that? Matt V. Thank you for the reminder, Matt. Thank you so much for that. I almost forgot our cherry blossoms. Niall Scala. Billy, what did you major in college? I majored in illustration, Niall. I went to school. I went to the Fashion Institute of Technology, and was an illustration major, but I minored in fashion illustration, because when you get your associates, you get a chance to either get it in general illustration or fashion illustration. And I gotta be perfectly honest with you, I wanted to draw women at 7 Men. Aside from a girl that I was in love with, that she also took it, but it was nice to do that. But it was so much fun to get into fashion illustration, because a lot of my friends who took general, we drew from life for the most part. A lot of people in general illustration were taught, to really over-reference things. A lot of, tracing even of photographs and stuff like that. And got to learn about, the folding of clothes. And again, I when we did have life drawing classes, I'd rather draw a beautiful model as opposed to, a naked guy that looks like me. And I think it worked out. The funny thing is when I first started comics, when I tried to break in and get work at Marvel in DC, they were pretty much telling me that my style was too fashiony. It didn't look like it. This wasn't the Marvel. This wasn't a DC face. This wasn't the Marvel style. And that's when I said, the heck with this. I'm gonna do my own book. Let me see if I can do my own. And thank goodness I did, because now I'm talking to you fine people, and you guys are actually watching me. I'm going to get a new kneaded eraser. I need an eraser. Let's get a new one. I have my box of kneaded erasers. Again, also from Prismacolor. We're going to break out a... I'm running low on them. Let's see if I got one here. Is this one open? Oh, okay, let's open this bad boy up. But as you can see, it's coming along. Great looking cover. That's just disturbing. What's disturbing, Jeff? Oh, me drawing myself? Yes. Someone that looks like me. Or Soloff. The horror. Thank you, Michael Nolan. How are you, my friend? It's good to see you. I'm opening up a... I feel like opening the darn window. It's so nice out. Good day to go for a walk. President's Day, nice and warm. I think we're getting some snow on Wednesday or Tuesday. Yeah, Wednesday, I believe we're getting snow. Okay, let's get this. Okay. Okay, my kneaded eraser. That originally started off looking like this. Prismacolor kneaded eraser, great company. And then I do this. And it ends up looking like this. Clean up her face a little bit here. And what's nice about the kneaded eraser is I have two. I usually use this one, which is, you know, more for, you know, like a stiletto eraser, if you will. And then I also, of course, use these, which are good too, for big parts. But if you want to do a nice subtle erase, the kneaded eraser, I think, is the way to go. So that said, let's draw another blossom here. Thank you for the tip on the blossoms. I would have completely forgot about them. We get back here, maybe in the back, we'll do a really, make a nice pink background, like a whole bunch of blossoms back here. Like the color would look like a nice cherry blossom palette. Okay, let's see here. Let's... See if I can zoom in if you guys want to see what I'm doing a little bit. I gotta sharpen it again, as you do. Anyone who's on Long Island or in the tri-state area and wants to get out this weekend, this Saturday from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m., I will be doing a store signing in Lindenhurst at All Star Comics. And I will also be giving everyone who has or does pledge for Zombie Sama will be getting a free quick zombie sketch from me. Now, my headshots when I do busts at my commissions start at 100. So if you guys wouldn't mind, if you guys want to get one, please do. Come on down to the store signing. I'll be there from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. I don't know if Jeff Vaughn will be around, but I think John Broly will be joining me as well. Yeah, I got to talk to the retailer about that too, about Guy Schwartz. But it's a great show. If anyone's on Long Island, please come by, and it'd be good to see you guys. Maybe we can even order some pizzas or something. Everybody chips in, and we all get some pizzas and eat pizza and talk about zombies. So this, again, this mouth has been a challenge for me. I got to tell you, something that I've looked at, and I had something I tried to do 25 years ago, and I remember like, oh, how can I do this mouth and make it look, you know, not as. Let's zoom out a little bit. Sorry, let's zoom out. Ooh. I'm zooming in. Zoom in. Hang on. You guys see well enough? Whoop! Look at my lantern is, my lamp is falling. I gotta tighten that bad boy up. Stick something there. Hang on, give me a second, guys. This is all new for me. Shore it up somehow. With a 50 caliber bullet, that's what I'm doing it with. See if I can shore it up with this shell casing for a 50 cal. All right, I think that'll work. If I'm on with you guys. Okay, great. Okay, so again with this cover, I wasn't happy with this mouth. It looked a little weird to me. Same thing with her nose. It was just something I did, and now this is the 25-year progression of it. So let's be a little sharper. Shit, broke. That's another thing with this. See, the pencil breaks. It happens a lot with these Barrel Prismacolors because they are so soft. And it seems like once it starts breaking, it doesn't stop. I have an electric pencil sharpener, but that really seems to chew the crap out of them. Also, because it is so, that's a good point. It is so soft that once it does fall on the floor or something like that, and you know, it'll break inside. And the lead, which isn't a lead actually, but you know, call it a lead. It's so soft. Like I said, I can just, if I really get thick with this and hard, it'll be black, super black. Let's do this. Fix your eyebrows. Again, I love eyebrows. You know, it goes back, I think, to you know Brooke Shields. I liked hers. I like Julie Adams from Creature from the Black Lagoon, and she had those, you know, that they were not very 50s type of eyebrows. Same thing with Audrey Hepburn, you know, just really classically beautiful eyebrows. Let's add a little bit of eyeliner here. Make those eyes pop. You'll see she is starting to come together. Now with the hair, if you guys want to look, if I can bring this here, bring my light down a little bit, zoom in a little bit. If I can see where, I don't know if can you see it, guys? Am I being seen well enough here? Where is your queen's apartment when you first did SHI? I'd be cool to see where she is born. Matt V, it was in Rego Park, Queens. The address was, oh man, what was it? It was on Alderton Street. Alderton Street. If I open up the comic, I can tell you the address. I'm trying to remember what the heck the dang address was for it. Oh boy, this was a fun issue. Look at that. Look at this, Michael. Barry Orkin did the original colors. Ah, look at that. How fun. Visiting for the first time. It's Anna walking with her grandfather. Our address was 6527. And I remember, though, how upset I was that this book printed really dark. It just, you know, with the lily, I always loved the symbolism of the lily, and then the samurai on the horse, the samurai spirit. Ah, those were the days. Those were the days. Just doing things on a wing and a prayer. So if you could see, let's do some of this with the hair. I will periodically look away, guys, to answer questions if you have any. They are special pencil sharpener for the yeah, they do, but they don't really work that well, to be honest with you, Niall. They don't. It's the same. I think I have one. I have several of them, and they don't. It's just. I think it's just a regular pencil sharpener, to be honest with you. That just has the Prismacolor logo on it or something. Because I've been using these for a better part of a decade. Throw this here, sharpen it up again. And we'll go, once we kill this pencil, we'll sign off. Let's see. Thank you, brother. It saved me from opening my issues. She was a book that got me back into comics. Thank you, Mr. Nolan, my friend. Really appreciate that. Well, we have a lot of SHI comics coming out this year. We're going to have actually 3 SHI crowdfunding books. The first will be Return of the Warrior Part 1, which is in April. Then come the summer, after we ship Return of the Warrior number 1, we're looking at August. We'll have the SHI Way of the Warrior Omnibus, collecting all the issues of the SHI The Way of the Warrior storyline, plus an artist edition of SHI The Way of the Warrior number 1. And then we'll be doing in the fall for SHI, we'll be doing another Zombie Sama Part 2, but we'll also be doing SHI Return of the Warrior Part 2, because the story really it's a 100-page story, or 98-page story. So we're going to do 2 48-page graphic novels. And then next year, for the 25th anniversary, we'll be doing the Senryaku artist and writer edition. Give that a real prestige format to be able to showcase the art without the lettering over it. But then we'll give a nice, a really nice page presentation for Gary's beautiful stories, Gary Cohn, who wrote Senryaku. And on top of that, we will be doing... I have a little dream project I want to do, and that would be for the 25th anniversary, to talk to Mark Silvestri and do SHI Cyblade Battle for Independence Part 2. Now, I know Cyblade, he killed her off, but that works perfectly with SHI, because SHI is a ghost story, and we have ghosts. So I think we're going to have a lot of fun with that and make something really interesting. And hopefully Mark will go for it. Let me his character. If I could license her out for it, and maybe get a variant cover by Mark. How awesome would that be? 2020 SHI Cyblade, the Battle for the Independence 25th anniversary. Wow. All right, so this is coming along. So you guys get an idea of what I do with the hair. And once it all comes, Michael Nolan, and offer some scotch. You still an office? Yes, my friend. Well, Michael, I don't think I'm going to be down your way until Baltimore Comic-Con, and you have to hang out with us. Old Cap. Hopefully, Niall Scala will come down, and we do a cigars and whiskey and night, the men's night. That's usually Saturday night. Stay tuned for that. You're definitely the type of chap that could be in it. And, not being misogynistic. If gals want to come, that would be wonderful. It just seems that, we've never had any women that wanted to come. But we'll put that out there. It'll be a men's and ladies' night. A stem and stein. If you want your beer and your stem, and your stem, of course, is your stein is for your beer. And your stem would be either a cigar or a pipe stem, and smoke a pipe. Cigarettes are bad for you. Do not condone cigarette smoking. But a pipe once in a while is so choice. AJ can drive. Yes, AJ. Yeah, AJ's always is part of the brotherhood of that as well. Also, Michael, I will be down. I don't know how far Philadelphia is from you, but we will be there for the Greater Philadelphia Comic Con in April. I'll be there Friday and Saturday, which will be April. I believe it's the 12th and 13th. of April. Because for the 14th, I'll be here at my friend's Long Island Comic and Art Expo. My friend Phil Russert. That's a great show for those of you out in Suffolk County. I do live out here on Long Island in Suffolk County. And that's why I do a lot of local things like that. But we have a lot of fun at those. Okay, let's see. Who else is here? AJ can drive right to that. Yeah, Brandon's a great guy. I haven't seen Brando in a while. I really haven't seen him. I'd say a couple of years. Brando's always welcome. He's one of the good guys, and an incredibly talented artist in his own right. Okay, so let's do that. Leave that there while I sharpen my pencil. And these are why these things take me so long, because the pencils take far longer, to ink it with the Barrow Prismacolor than to do it with a brush or a crow quill. And again, it just adds that really nice soft touch to it. So let's do that. Well, I think this is coming out nicely. Several stories told. The key is, to keep it sharp. Wicked sharp. Matthew? Maybe he's playing. My son was here playing video games not long ago, screaming, and now I don't hear him. Maybe he's eating lunch. Maybe Deborah took them out. Oh. Zoom in a little bit. I never said this was going to be an exciting video. Sharpen it up. Whoop, she's slipping. So this comic will be offered in the next few weeks, exclusively through our website. Once I get it colored, we'll have it. We'll post it on. We'll do a live sale. I'm thinking on a Friday night or so would be nice. And there's only going to be 250 editions made of it. It's the SHI, the Crusade Fine Arts Silver Edition, Return of the Warrior Silver Edition. And again edition, and we'll also offer 25 metal covers, and this will probably, this will be one of the rarest SHI books we ever do, and I think we're going to sell them. We'll stick with a 25 number. I think $25 each would be nice if there's only 250 of them and each one comes signed. Unless you don't want it signed, specific, all the books come signed. You don't want it, and It's so funny. We mentioned it to someone. We already sold one of the metal covers. We're just trying to price out how much the metal cover will be, but we'll do a package with the metal cover and the regular cover. And the metal cover for sure we'll have those all numbered. I don't know if we can do numbers on the regular books. Maybe we can. We'll see. And we'll do it on a nice Friday night or Thursday night or something like that, and we'll go online and we'll have the books. I want to get this colored this week, get samples made up from our friends at Artist Express Printing. And once we're done with that, and our website is being rebuilt now, we had a tragedy with our website, which is billytucci.com or crusadefinearts.com, and our web mistress, Maida. Now, I don't know anything about the web page or any of that stuff. I've never been able to update it. And Maida really took that all on her own. And she was tragically killed in a motorcycle accident 2 years ago. She was in the process of rebuilding the website when that happened. And I was never able to get into it. I didn't even know what the passwords were or anything like that. But we finally found them. So now, hopefully, we can get in. Looks like we are able to get in, and we'll be able to set up at least initially that order page, because I do want to get these out, because she, the Way of the Warrior #1 was on the shelves on March 23rd, 1994, and I really want to get that book in people's hands on that day. That is, the SHI Day or Death Day, and so we'll do the sale in a few weeks, hopefully the end of this month, because it'll give us ample time to get them printed up. We'll get them immediately sent to me. I'll sign them all, and we will ship them out ASAP. We were just able to acquire our cases. I know a bunch of you did order our 25th anniversary edition from the Albuquerque Comic Con. We had some real big trouble with our suppliers for the actual shipping boxes to ship the comics in. And the Hot Flips guys, our buddies at Hot Flips, came through for us and just took charge and saved my bacon. So those are all going out this week, okay, and next week. And I apologize for the rush. I'm sorry for the delay in that. But it's kind of was beyond our control. Again, we haven't done anything like this in a long time, so you got to be pretty specific with people. Also, for those of you guys out there, our Zombie Sama Kickstarter is live. We have 11 days left. We're in the home stretch, so if you guys could like it or share it with your friends, with your colleagues, we just opened up a couple of new reward levels, and we are over $26,000 now of the original $15,000 we asked for, and we are ready to unlock some new stretch goals. Which will be a trading card. So if you guys could help pass it along and we can get to that stretch goal, that'll be able to give us more. And, also the more money we raise, the quicker Zombie Sama 2 can come out. Because we can get John Broly and actually pay him to start drawing the next issue. So there's our hair coming out. Let's see if anyone's asking. I'm excited. Me too, Matt. I'm excited too. Maybe Kurt can attend a... Michael? Just got back and heard Cigars and Whiskey. Yes, we do that Saturday night in Baltimore, the Cigars and Whiskey. We all get together, usually, Debbie and the boys are in with me, so we'll go to dinner, or there's a business dinner or something, and then afterwards we retire to the Hyatt Hotel, to outside of the Hyatt Hotel on the balcony out there, and we have our whiskey and our cigars, or we smoke our pipes, we sing songs. It's a great time. It's a real great time. Get some guests, all-star guests, guest stars show up, other comic guys show up. That just, it's like, what are all those guys, what are all those people doing out there? And it's a lot of fun. Last year, we called it Jerry Con. I think we had to have 40 people out there. And it was just a great, great time. I'm going to go and spray this again, guys. Let me clean this up a little bit. I gotta wash my hands. My hands get a little dirty with this, because again, the ink is the the Barrel Prismacolor is so soft. And like I said, it just melts on the paper. All right, give me 1 second. I'm going to go spray my fixative. Hold on. Tally-ho. Where's my fixative? Where is my fixative? Gosh darn it. Where is my fixative? Have a gander if you can. Where is my fixative? Where is it? My fixative. Fixative. Leave it outside. Oh, there it is. Okay. Give me a second, guys. I will be right there. In the meantime, I'll post up a picture of the original of the sketch that I drew of it. I'll get that on camera. Take this, put my tape there. Look at that. Give me 1 second. I'm going to spray away, and I'll be right back. Okay. I am back. Back in the New York groove. Groovy, baby, yeah. Okay. Sharpen my pencil. Let's see if I can answer some questions here. If anyone has any questions, bacon, Jerry Tucci's in the building. Black Wolf, Billy Tucci, and on the metal cover. Oh, thank you, my friend. Yeah, they're not cheap. I was like, whoa, because I don't know much about, variants and stuff like that. Let's add this little cherry blossom here, too. And some blossoms. Blossom. I think that's enough. Okay, let's that eraser. Let's clean this part up right here as well. Need an eraser. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I sure can. Little smudges and all here and there. Clean it up nicely with this. Okay. Okay, guys, never said this was going to be exciting. I'll sharpen it again. The tape. Yeah, this is coming together. Okay. A little more natural looking, a little more realistic looking. So anybody ask what does 25 years drawing do? Oh, connection is locked. What is that? Hang on a sec. Connection is locked. What does that say? Rotate device back. Oh, sorry. Okay. The thing moved. Apologize, guys. There we go. Trying to make this work with my lights. Sorry, guys, for this. I don't think this is going to work. We're going to have to switch that. Hang on. I'm going to switch. Ugh. Again, guys, while I switch the camera for a second. Oh! Sorry. Rotate the device back. Give me a second. Look at the airplanes. There's a Corsair. We'll try to fix it. Put on this light here. Think that'll work. I think this will work, guys. Okay, switch back. Zoom. Working, guys? Out of focus a little. Apologize. Is that good? Better. Okay. All right. We see. Let me go on my computer here. Chat disconnected. Am I on? I'm still on. Oh, efforts. Oh, come on, Michael. You're a kind man. See if I can go on a Facebook Live tonight with the Creative Party. I was speaking to Stephen Peros, the writer, creator of Stoker and Wells, whom they have a Kickstarter going. It's it's like close to 100-page book. I did a variant cover for it. Barry Ork and Stephen and Barry are childhood friends of mine. I met both of them in junior high, and I think for some reason what's striking me is that I met Steve at the same lunch table. Like, for some reason we just sat down at the same lunch table. I don't even know how it happened. Maybe in a class or something. We both loved monster movies and just film in general, and just it was great to find someone else like me. You know, I was into a whole bunch of different things. I was a big hockey nut. You know, you like your sports, but then also I love my art. And Steve not only is an amazing writer, screenwriter, he's also an incredible artist in his own right. And Barry was just, Barry Orkin, who is the illustrator, co-creator of Stoker and Wells. Just Barry, my God, he was just so far ahead of everybody in regards to drawings. He drew comics, and he would draw comics, and he would think that John Romita drew him. He was so great. And now he's one of the top designers in the country. And he so graciously colored the SHI, The Way of the Warrior #1 and #2 for us. And then we switched to digital just because of it's so laborious to do it. And, he's busy. He doesn't help me out anymore. But Barry has also designed all of our logos. designed the SHI logo. I would draw it up, something, real rudimentary, and then Barry would just, even back then, with the computers and all, and he's just, man, just a spark plug of creativity. And, but Steven, I had spoken to Steven over the weekend, and he said he'd be very interested in coming on to give an update on Stoker and Wells, and also on his other projects coming out. He just did, I think he did his first comic panel. I think he was at WonderCon, I think, last year. Okay, let's see. Yes, hi, Uncle Billy. Hey, Ethan, what's up? My nephew, Ethan Pratcher, Ethan August Pratcher, man of the hour. Big Pats fan. No, I'm kidding, Ethan. Ethan hates the Patriots. Big Steelers fan. Big football guy. Knows a lot about football. This is good seeing you, Ethan, last weekend. Ethan, this is what I do for a living. If you ever wonder what I did, what Uncle Billy does, this is what Uncle Billy does. You can all call me your Uncle Billy. How's that? Or Don Tucci. I like that. Somebody started calling me Don Tucci. Anything but Jerry. Though we do hear Jerry's getting out of jail next week. So great. Get to see that SOB. Nice drawing. Korean Artist TV. Hello. Nice drawing. Thank you. You're 5x5, sir. What does that mean? Didn't think we'd get a ride, too. What is 5x5? Yeah, my FU4D. Yeah, that is, yep, that's exactly what that is. It's taken off of Joe Tobel's Corsair, and Jim Tobel's Corsair Korean War hero. The Corsair model that I have. I filmed Some Trouble of a Serious Nature, which we are in the process of, and that movie will make its YouTube debut in a few weeks. I just got in touch with the editors. They had to find my hard drive, which they said they still have. It's just buried somewhere because the film is 15 years old. But Some Trouble of a Serious Nature was all done digitally, and then we made DVDs of it. But in order to get to make it the best quality possible, you've got to digitize it. Also, I'll be doing something on YouTube. Sorry, guys. I'll try to reconnect here. Oh, so frustrating. So frustrating. Sorry, everybody, that we disconnected. It's just incredibly frustrating where I'm at here. Again, I'm the farthest from my farthest point of the whole house is where my art table is. And it also messes up my streaming when I want to watch my Netflix and YouTube on my TV and Amazon Prime and the like. Let's see. I'm also drawing at my channel. Oh, well, share your channel. I am from South Africa. Okay, Korean Artist TV. Are you from South Africa, or are you from a Korean artist living in Africa, or are you from? Did that not come through? If you want to share your page, Korean artist, please do. Who cares? It's all about spreading the creativity. So I give you, please share your page with everyone. Positive energy. We're going to share the spirit of creating. Okay. My kids are off of school and I don't hear them. Because they've been screaming for the past couple of days playing their video games with their friends till 1 o'clock in the morning. So this is coming along. Again, the logo will be right here. Bam. Oh, 5x5 means okay. Thank you. We are 5x5. Yeah, you're right. Man, that's something I haven't heard for a long time. It's actually an old thing. I thought it was some new thing. Usually being left-handed, I have to start, when I draw my comic book panels, my pages, I actually lay them out as normal, but I draw from right to left because I smear it. And I could see a little bit of smears here and there, which you won't see when the final product is done, but I see it. And it drives me crazy. So what I should do is start this way, you know, and move across. Crazy for me for doing this Japanese the quilting. I should have done like a snakeskin. Maybe I'll do that with the cover and update. I'm sorry, with the return of the warrior, we'll make it like snakeskin or something, which is tougher, or some kind of cool leather, and toughen that up. You know, make it less. You know, it's tough to do, especially now with all the cosplayers and people doing it. Is that the quilting can get rather bulky. Someone told me, and she had done it, and it looked beautiful. I'm like, what did you do? And she literally just took a satin and or a satin type of material and just quilted in it, you know, stitched in the quilts. And my battery is running low on my phone, so I might have to take leave of you all soon when it shuts off. If it shuts off, please forgive me. Let me see if I can actually charge it. I got my plug over here. Let's see if I can make that work. I think I can. So I'm having fun talking and doing this drawing. Let's see if we can get this up here. Yeah, I think we can do that. It's going to kind of get in my way a little bit, but let's see. Oh, the towering feeling. Whoopsie daisy. I know, guys, sorry. I gotta get a web camera and a mount. Who even knew such things existed? Okay. Boom. Oh, I keep doing that. I keep lowering the volume. Sorry. It's the way the... There we go. There we go. Staying away from it? Yeah. Sorry, all. I'm trying to figure out how to do this. Okay. I think that'll work. Okay. Old school is, there's no school like the old school. Who said that? I'm drawing out my channel. Did you ever post I Am Jerry videos? Again, Mr. Nolan, I am not posting those. That's Jerry Tucci's thing, and as far as I know, he hasn't gotten to posting them yet. But he will, because he's an impish bastard. My wife and my son Matthew hate Jerry Tucci. William proudly proclaims that he is one of Jerry's kids. As is Ethan. Roger that. Okay. Well, guys, if you could do me a favor and also post, please, if you don't mind, post my Kickstarter. Let me see if that's here. Nope, that's a Marcan. We have a Kickstarter going on now, and it's live, and it is it is for Zombie Sama. We have 10 days left. 11 days left to our Kickstarter. So if you guys wouldn't mind sharing that, please. It would be a big help for us. It would go a long way if you could share it. Right now we're at $26,160. And we are hoping to get to 27.5 to unlock our second stretch goal. And I just posted a link, so I know a lot of you have shared. If you wouldn't mind, or have pledged, if you haven't pledged, or if you haven't pledged, please take a look at it. If you like it and you think it's kind of cool, please do. If not, if you guys wouldn't mind sharing, that would be great. Also, with my YouTube page here, if you guys wouldn't mind subscribing to my YouTube page called Draw. Let's do this. Add a little bit of black. This is like a little shadow here. Also, like Company Z, with our Kickstarters, we will be adding stretch goals. And stretch goals to our Kickstarters will be new property, new preview editions, little sneak teaser preview comics added to the existing Kickstarter goal. So we get to a reward. Say the book is got 40 pages of story and art. It's a 48-page comic. I'm looking to add another 6 to 8 pages for a new story of a new property. The first one is Company Z, which we unlocked our first stretch goal. So now the comic, the Company Z graphic novel. I'm sorry, not Company Z, Zombie Sama. And now we're expanding the book to 64 pages and adding 6 pages of my last zombie story, Company Z. And actually the first zombie story I ever came up with back in college. So let's do that. I see how we're coming along here. Share, share, share. I want my special edition card. Yes, Niall, thank you. Yeah, everyone, let's get our special edition cards. So if you guys don't mind, please share. It's coffee time. Yeah, Company Z is a great story. Thank you, my friend. Company Z is a story of World War II reenactors are at an air show, and they're actually an airborne demonstration team. They literally wear all World War II gear, all authentic gear or reproduction gear. They carry M1 Garand rifles and Thompson machine government model 1911s that fire blanks and all. And they're at one of these air shows when there's a human strain of rabies outbreak. And now they have to literally trade in their blank cartridges for real ammunition and suit up and parachute into an elementary school to save a bunch of kids that are being besieged by the infected. And it's kind of funny, but it's got a lot of heart. And it's a story about heroes. It's about these guys who've never been in combat before. And they end up, literally it's the Dirty Dozen meets 28 Days Later. And it was my first zombie story that I ever came up with a long time ago. Man, going back almost 30 years, I'd say. And thank you guys for helping us push us over the top that we can get that book out. So once you'll see it, there'll be a special edition. If you guys are interested in that story, that there will be a special mini comic inside the Company Z graphic novel. It'll be 6 pages of Company Z. Let's move this here so I can sharpen my pencil. Spread this again. I'll go in even deeper with it. So you can see our pencil is getting smaller and smaller. And this is a little butterfly thing because this pencil dies, but look what it creates. It it's we call this chrysalis creativity, and it starts off as a inchworm, and then turns into a beautiful butterfly. And then a nice metamorphosis creativity, chrysalis creativity. Something along those lines. So really this pencil doesn't die. It ends up living forever with this art. Because every bit of it's used, except for the wood shavings on the floor. And that had a nice life as a tree to begin with anyway. I like that. Chrysalis creativity. What do you guys think of that? Chrysalis creativity. Poor little pencil. Thank you for your sacrifice. Yes, thank you for your sacrifice. But it's not poor little pencil. Here is the pencil. Look what it is. Becomes a butterfly. And lives forever. This pencil's one of the lucky ones, I think. As opposed to it being, done in notebooks and things that are discarded. You gotta see what my kids do with their. We got the fire pit, and as soon as school ends, they burn their notebooks. This will live forever. And the cool thing is that both this and the lead underbelly that you'll still see, because it's you do see both of them. We don't go, we add the pencil too. So everything lives. Isn't that nice? Sure. Wish I knew Fred Rogers. I would love to have gone on talk to him about that. We're gonna start doing that. Chrysalis creativity. They come up with a better name. Company Z is gonna be a great series, buddy. A great one. I've got Company Z years in. The first one though is that basic story of them saving those kids. Okay, let's put the tape here, sharpen it up again. And this pencil's getting smaller and smaller. And when it gets too small for me to handle, I actually, when they're about this big, I do use them to fill in the blacks and everything. Okay. Now I know why I did this last time. I did all these shapes. It takes so long. Oh my gosh. Oh, but it's worth it, right? It looks so nice. Oh, so nice. Anyone have any questions? I'm going to add this one more. Bring this back up. If you don't, I'm going to try not. We are witnessing the life and death of a Prismacolor pencil. And it's rebirth, Niall. It's rebirth. And it's immortality. It doesn't just die. I think we'll end this when our pencil dies, and we'll come back and maybe we'll work on just the sword part once I'm done with all the hair, or we'll come back at another point and give you guys a break. And I know we have some places to go ourselves, work-wise. Go pick some supplies up. Sharpen this. Billy, have you ever drawn Emma Frost? I don't know. I think I might have. I owe my friend Leonard and Emma Frost commission. um, but I don't know if I've ever drawn Emma Frost. To be perfectly honest with you, I mean, I know I haven't drawn it for a comic. Well, because it's Marvel, and the only Marvel work I did was Heroes for Hire. But I've never drawn. I don't think I've ever drawn Emma Frost. She's beautiful too. Oh, there you go. You have to do that cheekbone area. Who asked? How will you do the cheekbone area? Yes, Black Wolf. I will have to work on that. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit. TPQ 1969. I would love a large Emma Frost commission. Well, if you want a commission, do me a favor and you can email me. I posted my email earlier in the thread, and I'll pass it along to Deborah because I'm not really doing too many commissions at shows because I still owe some. I probably owe about 6 commissions. Like I said earlier, I'm doing one a week. And I want to do bigger commissions and actually, in all honesty, get the ones that people have paid me for to finish. But I would love to do one for you if you don't mind waiting, maybe till like the end of March. Then I can have it for you. But send me an email. I posted it earlier. It's crusade2@optonline.net. People calling me. They keep calling me. Ferris Bueller. Boy, there's a lot of work on this hair. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to get going. All right. I'm going to finish this. We're almost done with this pencil here. It's getting tough to wield. But thank you. I will be on later on. Either if I just do a regular YouTube live or if I go with the final product of this, I'll show you that. If I don't finish this today, I'll have it done tomorrow. But that's it. So we're working on it. Here she is. She, Return of the Warrior, #1 silver anniversary cover. Crusade Comics exclusive. And we'll be posting that live, and I'll let you guys know when this is all done and said and done and ready for sale. There's only going to be 250 of them made. And if you guys would support it, we appreciate it. So thank you all. Let's zoom out. You can see how it's coming along. Zoom out. All right, so thank you guys. Bye-bye. Look what we did to this little pencil. The death of a pencil and the birth of a beautiful butterfly. So thank you all. Everyone have a great day. And I will talk to you all later. All right, there's one more question come up or someone say goodbye. Love a large Emma Frost. We did that one already. So, all right, everyone. Have a great day. Thank you so much. I'll come back later on. And salute. Bye. Let's see if I can end it. I want to end it. Golly, I don't know. Oh, there's the X. Okay. Zoom in on the eye.